Lisa, you guys there or no? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How's it
I'm
going?
here.
How's it
Good,
going?
good. So I have a question for you.
Hmm.
391.11.2 is English. Do you believe that should be enforced?
The English proficiency?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I believe this should be enforced.
Okay, it's a law in their books. 371.3. Do you believe that one should be enforced?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know what is it.
Okay. Do you believe that the rules in the Green Book should be enforced?
I don't. I didn't study the Green Book, unfortunately, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay. So 371.3 has been on the books for decades,
You're talking about the English
and that
proficiency
is
test stuff?
no, that's broker transparency. That's also a law in the books.
Okay.
And I get that you don't believe in it. I get that.
Correct.
So one of your arguments to Vince was, what do we care what the brokers get?
Hmm.
And exactly the example you used, if a broker is paid $100,000 by a shipper to ship a load, and he puts it out on board for $5,000.
Hmm.
First of all, the broker's scamming the shipper by getting $100,000. So don't you believe the shipper should know, hey, this load isn't hauling for $100,000.
Was the shipper's
This
responsibility
load's
to
only.
be aware of the market?
Oh yes, yes. So the transparency will help that end and the other end. The shipper deserves the transparency just as the truck driver did, because when he's paying for Class A service and he wants safe drivers, and the brokers put the load out there for a pittance on the board, they're going to get a crappy driver and crappy safety, and they're going to
Well, you
lose
don't
their
know
load.
that.
Now they're out their load
You
too.
don't know how good. You don't know what the broker, what kind of techniques he uses to weave out bad carriers, or what he checks, or you don't know. I don't believe. I just, it's not capitalism to me. Like we can sit here and argue back and forth, but I don't believe in it. I just don't think it's
And
capitalism,
I'm the opposite of you.
and
It's a
that's
law. It
fine.
should be enforced.
Hmm.
And what other service do you pay for where you don't get to know how much you're paying for that service?
Everything in life. What do you mean? What do you know? What you like? What do you know? What it actually costs that you're buying in everyday life?
I'm talking about having a service, an electrical contractor come into your house
Hmm.
to fix your electric.
Hmm. So he's giving you his cost, what it costs him to do the job.
No, he's charging you a rate.
Correct. So now you're going to call one electrician, you're going to call a second one, you're going to call a third one, and all three
I
are
don't know
going to
what the
give different
broker's
rates.
charging me, though. I don't know what the broker's charging me.
But the broker's not charging you; he's charging his customer. So if you get, like, you just use the example electrician, right? So now you need some, I don't know, whatever, your electrical box needs to be replaced. So now you're going to call one guy. He's going to give you a $5,000 bill, like estimate. Another guy's going to give you 8. Another guy's going to give you 10. But their cost is really just say like 2 or 3,000. So are you asking these guys like, hey, how much are you paying for your guys? How much are you paying for materials? I want to know exactly how much this is costing you, and then I'm going to think about it. Like, if I'm going to pay you more than that, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I get what you're saying, and you're correct. It doesn't make sense because I'm going to choose the cheaper electrician if they're a good electrician.
Well, yeah, more expensive doesn't mean it's better, but then at the same time, you don't want the cheapest one, because what if he doesn't have licenses or
Right,
whatever?
and brokers are exactly taking the cheaper one.
Not all of them. No, they're well, especially not now with all this fraud and stuff going on. These carriers are getting vetted extremely well right now. So like, I mean, they might be
Oh,
taking
then why
like,
do we have fraud?
well, if you think about the bigger brokerages, don't really have fraud as much anymore. It's more the smaller ones at this point, and I think that's going to be coming to the end as well. And the only reason we have fraud is, again, because of stupid loopholes and police departments and governments not wanting to do their job to fight to fix it.
And how are the police departments going to fix it?
By actually investigating it, doing their job, arresting people for it, making examples of people, not just being like, oh fuck, we don't care what just happened, great, move on.
Did you watch the shippers testifying in front of Congress a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so, where the local won't deal with it, the state won't deal with it, the feds won't deal with it because they don't have overlapping jurisdictions?
Well, that's my point exactly right there. They're not doing shit about it. You know what I mean? At all. like at all. Like so as long as they're not gonna be doing nothing about it. I mean, so say you're a criminal right now, right? And you know you're gonna get away with this. Nobody's gonna lock you up, and you're making good money. Are you gonna stop doing that? Or are you gonna? No, of course you're not. Why? Because nobody gives a shit. You're not gonna get in trouble. And in my opinion, this is one of the biggest issue in trucking besides the English proficiency, and something needs to be done about it because this is causing insurance rates to go up. It's causing a lot of like lost money to a lot of people, and nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, and if you realistically think about it, this would be super easy to stop. All you got to do is set up a trap and get these guys in there and just start arresting the shit out of them, start doing some kind of federal investigations. Like, look what happened in California, right, with the Armenian people. Like, why did they get in trouble? Why? Because Amazon's a big company. I guarantee you they made some donations to the police department out there. And what happened?
Yep.
They got busted. But, I mean, unless you got money to be
And
paying
when did
police
all
departments.
this fraud start in our industry?
Well, fraud's been going, I'm sure it's one of the oldest, one of the oldest businesses in the world. I mean, fraud's always going to be happening, But unfortunately, all this stuff they're trying to do with technology for fraud is not helping it. So now brokers and this highway and Carrier for One and all these people, now they're using fraud as a front to try to get people, to pay for all their services. And all that's doing is actually hurting smaller carriers and not fixing the fraud whatsoever.
Well said, Bobby. Very well said.
Fraud started when all the foreigners have been imported into our industry because of the shortage.
Dude, fraud's been happening forever.
It's been happening forever.
Fraud has become widespread because of foreigners. When the COVID started and they brought in all the foreigners under Biden's trucking action plan, that is when fraud exploded.
Do you have it?
I'm not saying that fraud hasn't been a problem forever, but it exploded since the flu.
I mean, I would say it amplified, but I don't think it's been going on for quite some time in trucking. Like since I started in trucking over 20 years ago, it's been going on. Has it amplified a bit? Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that, And again, they're taking advantage of loopholes. You know what I mean? Taking advantage of loopholes and nobody giving a shit about stopping them, and it's going to continue. The same thing, dude. If I knew I was going to make a bunch of money, I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, if I know I'm not going to get in trouble, why wouldn't you? And again, I mean, that's something big in trucking that we need to start cracking down on to start fixing it. But that's one of the things that nobody's doing anything about.
So somebody said, please stop. What is it? You don't want to hear my opinions or my solutions, or what is it?
I have no idea who said on here. Somebody said that
On the comments, yeah.
Oh, I'm not even reading the comments at the moment. And then 100%. I disagree with the broker transparency. Like I said, you could have a different opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. But to me, just not capitalism, And unfortunately, if the market was good right now and everybody was making money, we wouldn't even be talking about this issue right now. But since the market's dead, everybody's losing money. So now everybody's just like grasping at straws to place blame other places, and that's why this is even an issue right now. If we had a booming,
I'm not asking to cap the brokers. I've never asked for that because that is indeed capitalism, 100%. And you're absolutely right that it doesn't get talked about when the rates are good. So in 2020, hundreds of trucks went to Washington, D.C. and sat on Constitution Avenue for 3 solid weeks. At that time, the head of the FMCSA, Jim Mullins, got called into the White House and is aware that 371.3 is on the books and that they're not enforcing it. And a DOJ investigation was opened into brokers.
Well, didn't the lady sue TQL, didn't she? I forgot something Pink Trucking or whatever. If I'm not mistaken.
Say that again?
The lady like Pink Trucking or Pink something, didn't she end up suing TQL for that? Okay, but say for example, so say you get the broker transparency, right? They got 3 days to give you that to you, right? According to the law, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Since it seems like you know the law pretty good.
48 hours.
38 hours or
But
48
no,
hours?
that's not the law. 48.
Okay.
That's not the law right now that they have to provide that to you. So the law right now is that you can ask for it and they can tell you, well, come here to our office at 3 a.m. on Friday morning and we'll show it to you. But then we're never ever going to load you again because you asked for the transparency.
And then again, that's their choice. If they don't want to use you, they don't want to use you. I mean, and then you know what I mean.
I get it. I get it.
And then
But
say you
here's
do
the
get
thing.
the broker transparency. Say you got it for, like I just said earlier. Say you get it for every single load. Like what's that going to change? Like, or what are you going to do once you get it? And you find
It's
out.
going to change your negotiation ability, and the brokers that are charging 40 and 50% margins won't get used.
Yeah,
But here's another thing that the brokers are doing wrong. When you sign a carrier packet, they put right in there to waive your rights to 371.3, and some are going as far as to waive your rights to the entire 49 U.S. code, which is the entire transportation code. So they are blatantly violating the law. It's called 49 Code USC 14906, evasion of a regulation. So the laws on the books. TIA did petition FMCSA to get rid of broker transparency, and FMCSA has already stated they're not getting rid of it. So it's not going away. So now just enforce it.
I mean, I guess I just don't think it's gonna make a difference because every lane is different. Every amount of money they make is different. You know what I mean? Like I said before, if you have two brokers with the same lane, same exact lane, and they're both gonna have different prices from the customers. And I just, and then what are you gonna do? Just stop using every single broker? Then it's just like one of those things where there's not much you can do about it. You know what I mean? And
Well, it's coming up for rulemaking in May, so
I'm saying even if it passes,
something's gonna be done about it.
I just don't think this. It's just like I just think it's a pointless argument in trucking that is really just keeping us occupied with this instead of actually focusing on important stuff that we should be fixing in trucking. This is my opinion.
And you are definitely entitled to it.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate you calling in. And good luck, and hopefully, you guys make some monies.
Okay, let's go.